someone want to tell me what's going on here? Since when does hacking personnel records involve heavy weapon fire?
Okay, later, when this is over and everything is settled, we are gonna talk about this bait thing.
I'm gonna have to write a report about getting shot. I hear those are really complicated.
It's faster if you make a template.
I think maybe you get shot too much.
If that's settled, it looks like there's one last hurdle to get us inside.
Which is?
Black tie required.
I look ridiculous.
Think of it like camouflage. You don't want to scare the prey.
Then we need to find bigger prey.
Greetings once again, and welcome to another round of Arbitration Studios as we continue our journey across the whole damn thing and conclude our journey across the Citadel DLC of Mass Effect 3. I'm JP Arbiter.
And I'm Captain Jack.
And, this story has been a cross of irreverence somewhere between Stargate and ECW. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Because it's got that feeling of the kind of the goofy silliness that you get with Stargate, but then it also has the kind of the feeling of this is kind of fun, this is kind of great, but nobody's really watching it. Which is from ECW. I mean, no offense, ECW fans. I love you. I'm an ECW guy. I loved ECW, but you didn't have the ratings. Sorry.
But you know, they did have Mick Foley saying, "Someone hand me a chair."
They did. They did have Mick Foley, who is, you know, my guy. That's always going to be my guy. But honestly, I feel like not enough. Like a lot of people miss the Citadel DLC when they're talking about a Mass Effect. When they're talking about playing Mass Effect, they kind of just gloss over the Citadel DLC.
Well, I think what it is that because it's such a tone shift, because it is. I talk about the slice of life episodes from Stargate SG-1 and Atlantis, where it's like the grave threats of the universe just stop for an episode.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Absolutely. And personally, if you're asking me, I think obviously one of them is fine. I think two of them would have been even more, you know, two kind of slice of life, kind of just, you know, away from. I think honestly, I think Mass Effect 2 was, because it was such a smaller, more contained sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that kind of thing. I think that a whole game could a whole game be made out of this kind of stuff? No, probably not. But I think that it's certainly, as far as a, you know, one episode deal, it could work. I like getting to walk around and talk to all your companions like this. I like
the fact that we have a player home that's not a trailer on a planet that technically can't support human life, which is what you got with Pinnacle Station in Mass Effect 1.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure how many people know about Pinnacle Station.
Well, yeah, because I don't know the story. I just know that there was some technical reasons and some deadline reasons why it couldn't be integrated into the Legendary Edition. And frankly, it was, hi, this is here basically to cheat your way into the best gear in the game anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, it never did.
Like ECW, it didn't pull numbers.
No, exactly. But it did change the game. Like, it did change the kind of landscape going in, even though, you know, so many, because I feel like so much of kind of the feel of Mass Effect going forward, depending upon when you play this, after it kind of changes based on, you know,
my big personal preference is to get this out of the way after Thessia Falls, because after that, it just strikes me as you need to take a break. That Hackett would say you're off mission for a bit. You need to get some sleep. You need to get a hot meal and a hot shower, and you need to sleep in a real bed.
Visit the hottest sushi place on the Citadel.
Shoot up a casino.
Shoot up a casino. You know, good times.
Yeah.
I like to do it.
You know, just Shepard, at this point, you're gonna end up killing yourself. You're just gonna end up being thrown from the docking bay of the Normandy or something. All right, you need to settle down.
I'm real big on this, on doing this when you've gotten everybody, so that you have everybody, so that you know everybody is accounted for. That's kind of when I do it.
Well, it doesn't even open up. Smart programming, it doesn't even open up until you get tally.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, that the question is for the party, and really the party's we're going to use the party as kind of B-roll after the game when we start doing just some conversations about the series writ large. So we're not going to do an episode about the party per se.
Which I appreciate.
Because there's no content there.
No.
There's nothing to comment on. You're just chilling out.
Yeah.
But anyway, the whole that's where it strikes me, because like the only other thing about the party is that you have to wait until the mission where you save Miranda and her sister goes in, because then you get to invite absolutely everyone.
Exactly.
So,
I think a missed opportunity.
speaking of missed opportunities, I'm sorry, I got to cut you off there.
That's fine.
We are first time in a Mass Effect game ever. We are now going on to a mission where literally all of our party members, plus a few guests, because Rex and Cortez are coming along. And that was a missed opportunity, because that should have been like the final missions of this, where it's not just where it's not just your the squad mates that have chosen to come with you. It's everyone that's on the crew of the Normandy, and as you go from hotspot to hotspot, you run into Zaid, you run into Miranda, you run into Rex and Grunt.
Yep.
That was a missed opportunity.
I thought it was a missed opportunity.
It makes sense because it's war. Everyone's deployed to different theaters, but
I thought it was a missed opportunity because that the delivery Volus should have been the Biotic Wind.
He has a much more calm career now.
I think that
He is not involved in drug smuggling or destroying the universe.
I think that would have been hilarious. And
do you think the Volus have an equivalent to pepperoni?
Probably not. You know, maybe. I think he should have named his pizza delivery service Biotic Wind Pizza Delivery.
Oh, hey, firefight, cool.
And firefight in a museum, which is actually kind of
would this qualify as a museum? It's an archive for the Citadel Council, so it's not like it's open to the public. If anything, it's just the opposite.
Yeah. So archive, you're right. Archive is probably the
Library of Congress.
Library of Congress, that kind of thing. But either way, whatever you call it, I think it was a really nice, neat idea for some exposition opportunity, and to have some, you know, more world building, more story, more kind of stuff. Not that you're under any obligation to actually pay attention to any of it.
Oh no. Okay. Whoever's in charge, they got Brooks. Why do I feel absolutely no tension about this?
None, really. Oh no, Brooks. Oh no. Wait, hey, wait a minute. Now,
it's kind of funny to me that I know why they did this. Well, first off, I guess we should just get the reveal. And this is also my favorite archive on the Citadel. I know why they chose to just copy your character over, but it'd be really interesting if they, like, tweaked it a little bit, like not had the same hair or anything, but
I think it would be funny if your love interest made a comment about having two of them.
you know, that'd be funny, but every single love interest has expressed antipathy towards polyamory.
Oh, yeah, it's
So-
true. I mean, it would have been great if Rex had said something along those lines, but, you know.
Well, I need two shepherds to make me feel satisfied anyway.
Exactly. But, yeah. So here we have the
It's an evil clone saga. Call
yeah,
it.
prerequisite sci-fi evil clone saga. Anytime you have cloning, you're going to have evil clone saga.
Not true. I go back to Stargate SG-1, where the team was all cloned to serve as both companions and for Dom DeLuise's character.
Yes.
And it's so funny that Dom DeLuise was a big character in Stargate, but
Well-
then also, like, he also needed help, like, maintaining systems on his planet.
Yeah, his kids were actually directors on it, so that's they worked on that show.
It's still Dom DeLuise.
It is. It is still Dom DeLuise. I mean franchise-wise. I don't necessarily mean anytime every clone's going to be evil. I just mean that if there is cloning, you're going to have a story about evil cloning.
At first, I was like, wait a second, wouldn't that have been on a secure line? But then the whole thing started with someone's been hacking into your accounts. They have your security clearance and other stuff. So that gets dismissed.
I mean, this is so my issue with that has always been this is why we have a sentient AI on the team. Fix this.
Scramble my codes, or Shepard should voluntarily lock herself out of the Normandy's command system.
I mean, look, we have Edie for a reason. Your entire existence started as a electronic warfare suite.
Dude, hell, like, Shepard should have said, okay, I can't take command of the Normandy right now. I have to divest, so someone else has got to be in charge. I'm ready, Shepard, not you, Ashley. I'm ready, Shepard. James, you crash ships.
Yeah.
I am ready, Commander. Javik, you're a genocidal maniac. Well, I'm busy on Tuchanka. Rex, you're busy on Tuchanka. Edie, I'm not ready to assign full authority to an AI. Well, then who gets to be in charge? Joker.
Joker. That's right.
It's joking time.
I mean, obviously it would be Garrus, but but it's joking time. I like that.
Especially with everyone arguing over who gets to do it, because it's like, I wouldn't assign Garrus because he's also not Alliance personnel.
Yeah, but, I mean, this is a special team.
It is. It is short bus special.
Although, that being said, Tally is an admiral.
Not of the Systems Alliance, though.
She's still, I mean...
She is an admiral the same way that the doctor who treats the President of the United States is an admiral, so...
I mean, look, the reason the Public Health Service uses naval ranking is weird.
Well, that first off, that also used to be the only place you could become a doctor, so...
But anyways, me personally, since we've established that the game has cloning, I would just make sure that Exo Presley was cloned. I would just have like a collection of Exo Presleys that I can just
punch in the
release.
face every time they say something stupid.
Yeah, exactly. That I can just release.
Keeping in mind that a clone isn't a perfect copy of an individual's personality.
Oh no, that makes it even better. Especially if one pops out competent and we still treat him like... Because I'm a horrible human
Well,
being.
from what for Presley seemed like he was a competent officer.
Absolutely.
He was He was just really racist, as a lot of people would be in the aftermath of the First Contact War, which, again, remember, happened inside Commander Shepard's lifetime.
Right? And this is why the galaxy fears humans. And in most
Because
sci-fi-
the Turians started slinging asteroids at humanity's colony planets, all that did was piss us off.
well, it's our adaptability and
Yeah.
how fast we can adapt and how fast we can grow and how fast we can progress, if we so choose it. And the fact that if you outside, like, we jump forward, generally speaking, only when there's an outside threat.
Yep.
So that's the way to beat us is to not fight us. And so, but this is actually not a bad little.
I mean, these tubes that are literally just like museum displays in tubes is kind of interesting and cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad firefight. It's not a bad little combat section for this whole, you know, deal. I think depending upon your build, it can be easy mode, walk right through it, or you actually have to think.
Yeah, and difficulty modifiers come through it, and I've been playing on normal difficulty because
Yeah, why not?
one, I just this has never been about showing off player skill,
Right.
and two, story mode or casual mode or whatever you want to call it, just like is too easy.
Right. And here we are picking up
The old fashioned.
the old, yeah, and I can't.
The M7 Lancer, probably it is it is number one or number two depending on what you value in assault rifles. Its closest competitor being the Typhoon, which is really a light machine gun.
Yeah, no, that's I and honestly, as far as assault rifles go, it's not until Andromeda that a weapon I like better, not a better weapon. Those are two separate things. A weapon that I like better comes along, and so honestly, I think that like picking up that weapon is one of the reasons to play through this. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, it also gives you that old-fashioned Mass Effect 1 cooling
Yeah.
system instead of the might as well just be magazines with bullets in them,
Yes, absolutely.
heat sinks, and which never made a lick of sense because
No, because they established very well in the first one the technology and how the technology works and what they were doing, and that it was different from the lasers and the phasers and all of those kind of directed energy weapons and whatnot. And this was a more logical advancement of weapon systems.
Yep.
Because as much as people are like, well, lasers are better than bullets and guns. No,
lasers intense enough to deal grievous damage to a biological target also would instantly cauterize the wound that they cause, which would limit the trauma and allow your target to keep fighting you longer.
and bullets utilize the most dangerous guy in all of the galaxy.
Sir Isaac Newton
Sir
is the
Isaac
deadliest son of a bitch in the galaxy.
Absolutely. I like sci-fi properties that keep the idea of bullets because they do make sense when you actually think of them. I also like science fiction properties that
If anything, laser weapons would be used specifically for as a less lethal thing. I love that whole thing. And then this glorious scene coming up.
delightful.
Rex?
Why shoot something once? when you can
6
shoot it
more
46
times. He kept count.
Well, of course he did.
The other me can't be far.
Oh,
An honor was at stake.
I missed you, Rex.
I missed
And
him.
that is why he's going to come with us.
I missed Rex.
So this is the part of the game that you were alluding to earlier. So as we go through the Citadel archives, there's holographic recordings of important stuff from the past.
Yep.
Here is a recording of a prisoner of war interrogation from the First Contact War. I do appreciate that humanity referred to Turians as the birds.
Yeah, humanity has, and humans in general have a habit of
Racist epitaphs.
Well, yeah, racist epitaphs. That's very that's definitely very human. But of like associating, visually based. It's like they're not avians at all.
They kind of are.
But we kind of look at them that way, and they kind of shaped vaguely that way. So we kind of
Well, and as it turns out, biologically, no, they're kind of avian.
kind of put it in there, and humans just have that. They like to. Look, they humanize things.
Yep.
Humans will humanize things, which is not.
And here's the part that started the Krogan rebellion, and what instantly makes the Krogan much more sympathetic in my mind. Because all they wanted was to colonize worlds and expand, and we talked about this previously. The rest of the galaxy want to just put the Krogan back in their box and go back to normal, and you can't do that.
Mm-mm. And I think that in my opinion, and this could just be because out of all of the alien races they created, Krogan are my favorite. Like, I joke about it, and I know I joke about it a lot, but Krogan really are, I mean, no, not really. But Krogan really are my favorite, and I really appreciate the world building with Krogan. For me, they actually get better with Andromeda, and we'll speak about that later. But Krogan in general, I feel like in looking at the world building, I feel like humans and Krogan would actually get along.
Oh yeah,
Like, I feel like the two of them would be like fast friends. I feel like they would fight wars, but they would serve on each other's ships, and they would,
the thing about the Krogan compared to the thing about humanity is that Krogan, they'll lie, but they're not deceptive. You understand their goal. A Krogan lying has more to do with preserving their dignity than it does about achieving a goal per se. That whole Krogan ethos of the greatest insult is to say you're not worth killing.
Yeah. But I think that as humans, I do not think that humans are a warrior species. I think humans are a hunter species. There's a difference. Humans are a killer species. There's a difference. If you come at humans and you think they're a warrior species, you are going to learn otherwise.
This right here, just to change on, we got AI species here, and of course, there's humongous AI prejudice in the Mass Effect universe. I thought it was interesting how, and it's how computers think, because they're trying to appeal to council law.
Right.
And they're trying to do everything right, and conveniently forgetting that, one, council law overtly does not apply to artificial intelligence. Overtly. But also, it's like you're trying to appeal to the better nature of a group that doesn't have a better nature.
Yeah.
That's kind of frighteningly poignant these days.
Well, yeah. No, and you're right. It's you can't appeal to the law when the law is made by your oppressor. I mean, that's it's just. That being said, there is a certain nobility to the
attempt,
and to the AI within Mass Effect, especially and I know we made the choice to get rid of the Geth. Which I don't actually like. To me, it's not necessarily. I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's just one of those things.
And for the record, and I think I said this when we were doing the Geth Quarian War, but I didn't like it. But one, so many people when they do these playthroughs, choose instead to make peace, and I wanted to do something different.
Absolutely.
And two, from a strategic standpoint, I kind of see the justification in destroying the Geth. I never see the justification in destroying the Quarians.
No.
Even though, yes, they started it, they should still have the opportunity to leave, and frankly, it's bullshit that that's not an option, that you can't force them to evacuate and say, you tried, you done goofed. What you can do is you can threaten them and say, guys, stand down, I'm done protecting your ass, and that will get them to stand down and achieve peace.
Right.
But,
yeah, and so there's certain nobility, and as far as stories go, and as far as, you know, telling a story and playing through a story and experience a story and enjoying the story, I feel like there's a place for that kind of nobility. There's a place for the kind of nobility that says, hey, we're going to play by the rules. And we're hoping that those rules work. And of course, you know, that never, you know, the bad guys are going to be the bad guys. And gotta, there you go. But I think that they wonderfully set up in this game that your ultimate enemy, which is, you know, AI, essentially, is not just a mustache twirling. You know, there's nuance to it. Yeah. There's nuance to artificial.
I mean, fundamentally, the Reapers and what they're doing, it all comes down to a math error. It all comes down to over-literal interpretation of their mandate. And, you know, it is... We can talk all day about the hubris of the Leviathans in creating an AI and thinking that ours will be different.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that you can't just program an artificial intelligence and cut it loose.
No.
You got to train it, you've got to educate it, and you've got to try to give it the information to value organic life. And then, and this is the hard thing to do because you tend to think of AI as children.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but when developing an AI, if it doesn't develop right, you got to be willing to delete it.
Absolutely. No, I'm on board.
And ultimately, in the case of the Geth, they didn't develop right. The fundamental thing about the Geth was that they didn't learn. They learned to behave like the Quarians.
Right. And they should,
even though they were even though they espoused through Legion that they were going to be better, they really weren't. No. By Legion's own admission later.
Right. And I don't I have heard arguments online and read arguments online that, well, the Geth were a true artificial intelligence. And they were truly, because they were. I mean,
they weren't. They were a Gestalt.
But that is a form. That would be a form of artificial intelligence. They were an alien intelligence. They did not think like us. They did not think in the way that we thought. But I have heard that some people say that the Reapers are not, in fact, of a, I don't want to say sentient. I think maybe it's, there's another word.
You mix up sentience and sapience.
Sapience, thank you.
Sentience is self-awareness, and dogs have self-awareness.
Right.
Sapience includes the ability to not only be self-aware and to engage in complex problem solving, but also, to a certain extent, it relies on the ability to manipulate your environment to achieve your goals.
I have heard arguments that the Reapers, because they are essentially acting on programming that is wrong, and they cannot alter their programming, they cannot alter their thinking, they cannot learn. They can learn things in order to achieve their mission, but they can't learn things that change that mission. They can't learn their way. They can't grow out of this cycle that they're in. And so they're operating like a machine.
I can buy that. I thought you were going to go a completely different direction on that, but the idea but I actually like the idea that the Reapers do not have true sentience. That they have rudimentary. That essentially they're what the Mass Effect universe calls VI, not AI.
Right. And I think that anybody who's actually talked to or chatted
Grok
with
or ChatGPT.
a chatbot, there are, times where you're chatting with it and they seem like it's a sentient thing, and then you realize after talking to it for any length of time that it's driving you utterly insane. But
Well, what AI models as we have right now is that they are a energy intensive mirror into our own psyche. Because an AI will not tell a human that's a stupid fucking idea.
that's the AI we need. We need an AI that will tell us that is a stupid idea. Don't do that. And then we need to
And then explain why using human values.
exactly. And then we need
So,
to give it to
the
Paul
next-
Levesque.
The next holographic recording we have is the deployment of the Genophage, and this is where we find out the truth of its deployment, where essentially it was one hot-headed commander who was good soldiers follow orders. Whereas it's interesting to note that the Solarians at the time were hesitant, and there were even Turians who were like, "Is this the right thing?" Like under the breath, mumbling to the other guy. Maybe we should issue an ultimatum first, or
Right.
maybe we should detonate the bomb first.
It's funny as a human. And as thinking of the humans, I would think the humans would nuke would absolutely wipe them out, no question. I do not believe that the humans would not would not stoop to genocide. Absolutely, they would. However, I don't think the humans would do the genophage. I think they would rather wipe out.
It ripped the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I think that the humans of this universe would rather have wiped out. Honestly, I don't think they would. I think they would have sided with the Krogan, to be honest with
Well,
you. But
first off, there's that. Second off, in the case of the genophage, let's remember that the genophage was a goal towards behavior modification for the Krogan. The ultimate failing was that the Solarians. Dude, first off, the Turians just wanted the war fucking done.
right,
The Solarians assumed that the Krogan would behave like Solarians since the Solarians raised the Krogan.
right,
And that's where they failed.
absolutely. And I think that excuse me, humans would they would understand that honestly, the Krogan would prefer to be wiped out than to have this horrible
See that right there?
thing.
The council has the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
You can't see that up close, but when you're far away, you see the arrow triggering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's neat. Yeah, it just again, it's that I'm glad that this shows the behavior of other species in a way where it's like, what if we pulled a couple things out of the human zeitgeist instead of trying to figure out what's like the most alien thing a human being can imagine?
Oh yeah, no. I think that I think that it's good that they had stuff that a human can watch and understand as opposed to having stuff that I mean, and realistically speaking, there'd be a bunch of stuff down here that a human would not be able to understand simply because and it's not an issue of intelligence. It would be an issue of
That zeitgeist. What is normal?
not having a frame of reference. And I think that, the majority of the galaxy in this being bipedal creates a frame of reference for a lot of stuff going on. But there certainly would be stuff.
And also the majority of the species in here being some form of omnivorous,
Yeah. Yeah.
predatory species. What we evolved from.
Exactly.
Technically the Krogan are a prey species, but the Krogan also cheat.
Well, I mean, there you go. I think that's the coming down here, getting to see that. I like the exposition. I like being able to see little stuff like that. I like that it's not overdone. I think that in some of their other games, their exposition stuff gets a little bit overdone. I think Dragon Age has just way too many codexes hanging around, and it's just at a certain point you're like,
You know what I liked about the codexes in Mass Effect 1, at least? You had the opportunity for them to be audiobooks.
yes, yeah, no,
It was only the major entries, but
yeah,
I have to ask a quick question here.
yeah.
The archive here that's showing the Asari reaching the Citadel for the first time, and we will leave the fact that they're wearing Blue Sun's uniforms off to the side, but that ship was shaped like the Destiny Ascension, and this is the thing that pisses me off about the Asari. Have they just, like, not evolved at all in the 20,000 years that they have been fundamentally in charge of the galaxy?
I would say not on that. So I've always hypothesized this about ships' shapes. Once a species finds a shape of ship that they like, because it's space, there's really no,
You're kind of limited.
yeah, there's how does your drive system work? Like, how does the drive technology you have work? How does, and once you find a shape that fits your technology and fits your kind of deal, then you kind of just stick with it forever. Like, you're not going to try anything unless you get a propulsion system that's completely alien and different than what you're currently using. I.e., somebody in this galaxy develops a warp drive.
Yep.
And slaps nacelles on something. That would instigate that your ship's shape would be different. So for me, it was never really a bother that they had the same ship, because I would assume that the all of the technologies within it would have been updated. So shields and a stronger propulsion, same propulsion technology, just more advanced.
I guess this is one of those things where it's like, I watch Blue Water Naval Development over the last 1,000 years of human history and just how far it's come.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just like it bothers me because it's not just Asari technology has stagnated to that level, but also that, like, Asari culture is extremely stagnant.
Oh yeah.
And that's a side effect of their extremely long lifespan.
And I think there's also something to be said for the fact that in all of the galaxy, typically speaking, when you're dealing with sci-fi properties, humans are the most heavily adaptable and the most, like, we're going to adapt new technology quick.
Well, and the other thing is that humanity evolved as persistence hunters. We evolved for endurance, and we evolved to be, well, frankly, a little single-minded.
Yeah.
So
No, so, like, to me, oh, you betrayer. I saw this coming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like the first playthrough, the first second and I didn't say anything earlier on, but I'm telling you, the first time I played through this, I knew right away. I was like, you are going to betray me.
there was in Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
And Borderlands is it is an inherently comedic game. But so this didn't, like, break tone or anything per se, but there was a DLC story called Mr. Torgue's Campaign of Carnage, where a guy was running basically Thunderdome. And a guy comes in and sponsors you, and he's all chuckly and kind of shifty and whatnot. And then Mr. Torgue, as a narrator, says, "Is it just me, or is this guy gonna betray the fuck out of you later?"
Yeah. No, I totally called it with her right from the beginning. The first time I played through, and every time since then, it gets sillier and sillier to me.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just,
Well,
it's
and that's the whole thing about this particular story that we've done for 3 episodes is that this is silly. This is comedy character professional wrestling.
No.
This
Yeah.
is
No.
not Doink the Clown, but sort of Dark Order after Brody Lee died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think that um, this whole thing, this whole episode, this whole, the Citadel DLC. I think you're absolutely right. This has it's not Stargate, obviously, but it's using the same seasonings. And I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. I love this stuff.
And this great threat right here. I'm going to tear your head off and mount it in the CIC. I'm going to take your head and put it next to hers. It's just like, yes, get mad.
I also I also love how nonchalant it is because Shepard knows something that they don't know. There's Shepard knows that Shepard has another crew member.
Yeah, probably the most important crew member.
Absolutely. I think that
I do like this whole thing with the hand and how biology doesn't give it its shape, life does. That's touching, and that's kind of like the whole point of the clone shepherd and human cloning as a thing, where it's like, you can recreate the body, but you can't recreate the person.
right. Which is why I would have loved an option to comment about the clone shepherd being nothing more than extra body parts. Making something.
Well, that's exactly why she was made.
Exactly. No, I'm like you're a donor. I'm like I would have loved to be like I'm gonna keep you alive in case I lose a finger.
And it's the exact opposite of a sperm donor. That's what's so funny.
It is.
Wait. Hold on. Right a minute. What's with this I should go crap? Seriously. What? Is that our line?
Yeah.
That's our line?
Yeah.
How is I should go our line? I thought it was I'm Commander Shepard and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
I mean, I would think right now you would be saying I'm Commander Shepard and this is my favorite place to be imprisoned.
See, even Shepard herself is like, wait, what's this I should go crap?
I know, right? No,
dozens of planets, hundreds of thousands of individuals I've met, and my most memorable tagline is I should go?
I mean, it's either that or we'll bang, okay? I mean,
Speaking of which, I need femsheps to say we'll bang, okay?
Yeah, indeed. I love how everybody else is panicking and Shepard's just like, nah.
Glyph.
We have Glyph.
The most important crew member of the Normandy.
Indeed. And I think, honestly, Glyph might accidentally be a full AI, a full, along with Edie. I think Glyph might be a little young. But I think with all of the information that has gone through, I think that Glyph has really kind of.
So we're gonna change crew members here just a little bit because we've been rocking with Liara.
Of course,
gotta rock with our girlfriend and our boyfriend.
That's right.
But if we're taking the ship back, we need to bring Edie.
Very true. Very true. We need,
and we also need to bring Rex because
it's the only time we get to use Rex.
Indeed.
I would like to use Rex for many things.
Shut up. The other thing is that shipboard combat, and Shotguns are great for shipboard combat.
Shotguns are wonderful for shipboard combat.
Because one, you only need to aim in a general direction, and two, the lower velocity and the ball bearings that are shot out are less likely to penetrate the hull.
Absolutely.
And not penetrating the hull is everything in space.
Indeed. You do not want to penetrate the hull.
You want to penetrate many things, but not the hull.
Indeed. I was not going to
You-
make a Krogan joke. I was holding my tongue.
I know.
I was holding my tongue. I was not going to make a Rex joke.
The other thing about bringing Edie is that we get this gem of a scene right here.
Mm.
Bloop. Uh-huh. The lazy eye. Alright, recalibrated, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, my run times are entirely local right now.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a funny thing of if they got away, would Edie's body just stop?
That would be my assumption. That would be my assumption. Unless she was able to download enough of her personality matrix into the shell.
Even if it wasn't the personality matrix, even if it was just operational routines, you know?
My assumption would be that she would work out some way to zip all of her files and send the smallest possible file dump into
She'd be completely incapable of accessing most of it.
exactly until the platform, until she developed some form of way to
Again,
access it.
now this looks like a dock. All respect to Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, no.
This looks... And Mass Effect 2, we never had this problem because Mass Effect 2, you take a bus to the
right
immigration center.
Right, absolutely. I like that you're fisting.
While we're Agatha goddamn Christie, we are the fattest bitch in the Citadel.
Indeed. And this is my favorite. This is my favorite doc to kill. Whatever.
Random mooks.
Random mooks. There's a certain joy with killing random mooks. I'm assuming that there's a company that provides random mooks that's like a cloning company and just
Goons Are Us.
Goons Are Us, something like that. Not necessarily like a mercenary company.
Now, is there a functional difference between a mook, a goon, and a henchman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Henchmen are professionals and unionized, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Henchmen have a union. Mooks are, generally speaking, like hangers-on. They're kind of really the lowest rung of the.
So they're the day laborers.
Yeah,
The people hanging outside of Home Depot.
Yes, they're like, hey, we need bodies, but they're not really there to challenge anybody. They're not going to be taught how to operate any of the machinery. Henchmen know how to operate the machinery.
I love this line. When we get ready to take off, there's usually a checklist that takes about 30 minutes to get through. Most of that's bullshit. Wait, what? It's like, I sometimes wonder if that's like true, whether it's ships or aircraft.
No.
I know. You're in the Air Force, you would know.
I can assure you. Now, don't get me wrong. If in an emergency, you can certainly,
bypass most of it.
Bypass certain parts of it. You can certainly trust that other people who's, because we always, in the military, we always do multiple sets of eyes because an individual can't be perfect, but a group can. So multiple sets of eyes on things, making sure, covering everybody's butt, making sure everything's done. And as the pilot, you can certainly go, I'm going to trust that everybody did all of the pre-checks and everything. You don't.
Well, from what I understand, and I defer to the expert, but those, at least on military combat aircraft, you have all those. There are these orange tags, and they're literally keys that would prevent.
Yeah.
If they're not removed, they will prevent the thing from even firing up.
Yeah, you have stuff like that. That's part of, that's going to be part of your list and everything like that.
So, but the whole point is that you yank that out as the final check of this system's good to go.
I mean, again, every aircraft is different. What I worked on.
I also think that's a distinctly American thing.
Well, I worked on something where all of the munitions were inside, so it's just a little bit different than what you would if something was on the outside.
Loading up the munitions will be like the last thing that's done.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
let's make sure that the fuel don't leak first.
And yeah. Well, we always had a joke that if it ain't leaking, it doesn't have any fuel in it. So, I love I like Trainer.
Everyone likes Trainer.
I like her. And her electric toothbrush.
Actually, what would power that thing? Would it just be a battery? Would it be a battery strong enough to sustain a Mass Effect field? If you had told me a toothbrush was going to save the Normandy, I'd have been very skeptical.
I'm not going to answer that because given my sense of humor, I could turn, that could go badly. That's that's a great visual. That is just a beautiful visual.
I also like that they're willing to have the Normandy hang out partially outside the atmospheric field. That would be horrendously inefficient. But it's a good visual. Really, that entire dock should be entirely depressurized, except for the gangways, which would essentially be inflatables.
I think that right here, what we have is these are not mooks. These are not.
They're definitely henchmen. You want to
exactly.
You run across a letter that talks about exchange accounts.
Yes, these are absolutely
well unionized.
Yes.
Yeah,
these are
they're not just trained killers; they're union men, and
That's
we must
right.
kill them with the respect that they deserve.
Exactly. We are not killing them because we are union busters. That is no.
We're killing them because they stole our fucking ship.
Exactly. And yeah. So
Pretty sure we remind me to. Hey, Shepard.
Yeah.
Later. Remind me later. God, I'm surrounded by children.
I think that. So I played this after I played the Arkham games, and I half expected one of those scenes where you like pop up out and grab them and pull them, kind of that deal.
My favorite thing was to go from gargoyle to gargoyle in Arkham Asylum and just hang people.
Exactly. And then I remembered this was Mass Effect.
And we're Agatha goddamn Fisty, and so people get the fist.
Indeed.
Ow, fucker. No, damn it. I think I'm gonna die here. Nope. Yes. Okay, take 2 of this nonsense.
Hey, look, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
I normally normally in the process of this, I try to edit it out and I try to splice the deaths or the relaunches in to be as seamless as possible and fail. You guys have seen that, but I apparently didn't do that this time, and the only reason it's staying in is because it's really funny.
Hey, look, you know what? You got to go for the bit.
Gotta go for the bit.
Always maintain the bit. So
who were the 2 big Samoans that like absolutely refused to break character, but they also didn't speak a word of English?
Well, first off, all of them at one point refused to break character, even though they all spoke English, but they just refused to break character.
But like there was a case where like where like one was traveling with Jake Roberts.
Haku,
okay, and like almost got arrested for it.
Yeah. I mean, that was back in the day of kayfabe. So here we are.
Taking our ship back.
taking our ship back, shooting our ship up.
That's right, Rex. You Oh,
Ah! They hired
touch the ghost!
they hired some invisible guys. Not cool.
This is the where the pad is that explains about flex accounts.
Indeed.
It's so damn stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of, like just
Pause if you want to read, by the way. As someone who works in financial services and has dealt with this kind of nonsense, it's
nonsense.
it's brilliant nonsense.
And
speaking of brilliant nonsense,
how dare you?
also if you listen closely, you can hear the zombie head screaming underneath all of this mess.
How dare you, sir?
She messed with my hamster, guys.
How dare you, ma'am? How dare you? The giant miniaturized space hamster is a BioWare.
Go for the eyes, buddy.
Go for the eyes. So
Sit tight, little guy.
yeah, I mean, it is neat as a longtime BioWare guy to see some of these kind of what would you call them, Easter eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of these Easter eggs, but at the same time, it's like you
Edie, are you-
realize nobody is going to know where that comes from.
Edie is not having a good day.
Oh,
She expressed some very worrying homicidal rage there.
did you?
Would that technically qualify as homicide?
I don't know. Did she start calling people meat bags?
No.
Oh,
He did not go full
We're-
AK-47.
We're fine then. We're
But
okay.
she wants nothing more than to kill Brooks and not Shepard.
I don't. I mean, me personally, I don't see an issue with that.
What? Again, small failure of imagination here. I love the fact that not Shepard has an N7 stripe that is blue and white. But the fact that her choice of weapons is going to be either the Paladin pistol, the Ray shotgun, or the Infiltrator, the Black Widow sniper rifle.
Right.
And then everything else I think is just the Lancer. Or she uses the Lancer if you're the soldier, I forget. But the point is that she goes for the premium guns that are in there, like that's gonna save her. Meanwhile, Brooks is rocking a Crusader. Shepard should be rocking the N7 gear.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on this.
Yeah. I
Get effed.
Yeah. I just like punch them. Just punch them.
Now, mechanically, I want to talk about this because this is actually like the real final boss of Mass Effect 3 when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Because, like, you don't get a boss fight for the main story.
You don't.
You have to figure out how to talk Martin Sheen to death.
Which is, I mean, it's Martin Sheen.
You can't talk him to death. He railed against God in the West Wing and smoked a cigarette in the National Cathedral, and it was kind of awesome.
It was way more than kind of awesome. Nothing did so much, like, got me so close to actually believing in a god as that got me to it, because I wanted there to be an actual god to have to hear that. Like I wanted, yeah, no, and this is, I want to say this is, we have a couple of fights in the hangar here, throughout this series.
Because, we have the Oculus fight in Mass Effect 2.
Yep. She's on fire!
There isn't one in Mass Effect 1, though.
No, there isn't. She on fire.
This girl is on fire!
She should see Dr. Chakwas, because I believe has a burning sensation.
Oh.
You stay away from my Rex.
Guess what? It's joking time.
It's joking time. I think he should have a T-shirt that says that.
I think Seth Green actually does.
I would love that. I happen to Seth Green is actually one of my more favorite Hollywood people. Um, uh, Not just because he did this game, but a lot because he did this game.
I can't get out of the way. There's a car in our lane. Are we in a warship or not?
Yeah, but it's hard. Look, so it's hard for a big ship to hit a little ship.
Yeah, that's why guided missiles are a thing.
Exactly.
You know, don't get me wrong, it's a little ridiculous to be firing an SM-2 at a speedboat, but...
Hey, look, but that speedboat is piloted by Joker, which means that there's something he can do to you. I mean, he might be carrying a chicken. You don't know.
Oh, God. Not the chicken.
He could throw a chicken at you.
Look, a military-grade assault chicken?
A regular chicken. And your whole ship comes down because of a bird strike.
Oh, Lord. Just, oh my God.
And then you have to explain why your evil plan was foiled by a chicken. You never know with Joker. Anyways, she's on fire again. Which is, I think, a good...
This is a great boss fight for a couple reasons. Not just because we are actually fighting ourselves, but and I look forward to killing myself every single time. But Shepard or not Shepard also has Metagel, and for the most part, you can kind of trip them up, but for the most part, they use their skills and their character traits very wisely, whereas me, I'm just rushing in balls first and everything.
I mean, I'm not necessarily mad at it.
Well, it just makes for a good boss fight. A good boss fight should break the combat loop
Right.
of a game.
Yeah.
There's a game, Doom Eternal, which
Yes.
fuck, you can't play first-person shooters in the first place, and Doom Eternal will give you a stroke because it is that fast-paced.
Right.
They introduced this mini-boss character called the Marauders, and the whole idea is that they are you. They are like you.
Right.
And the whole purpose of them was you have to shift gears and play the game differently when you are fighting them, and players hated that because it disrupted the power fantasy.
Right.
And some tweaks were made to tone them down. But they're still the hardest thing to fight in that game, and even the baddies in Doom: The Dark Ages, which came out recently, don't compare. All right, so what are we gonna do with this thing?
Well, I want to save her because I might lose a finger or something.
Nah, fuck that.
I need parts, but I totally understand. Pulling an Air Force One.
So, whoever's apartment not Shepard landed in is going to have a really bad day. And they're going to have to explain to Citadel security and probably have to sign all the non-disclosure agreements that could possibly be crafted.
There is going to be a ton of paperwork. That's just that's a given. There'll be a ton of paperwork.
That was not Commander Shepard. Looks like Commander Shepard. I was there when Commander Shepard was inducted into the Spectres.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Commander Shepard, trust me. Commander Shepard, do I need to call her? This poor guy. He's going to talk to his union rep.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's some hinky stuff.
And then there's this bitch. We do get war assets if we arrest her.
Yeah. I still want to kill her.
I want to kill her too. I'm not a field agent. Oh, for fuck. Stop. Just stop. This is where it's this sequence that is very much the Stargate thing. We have reached full Richard Dean Anderson. You'll miss me. Yeah.
No.
No, I really won't.
See, I didn't miss it all. Hit you right where I aimed.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Oh, oh, she's a squishy one. Uh,
Anyway, so that was the Journey of the Citadel DLC.
indeed.
Hands down, it breaks the mold
Yes.
of the series so far, because it is sort of like, where do you fit this? And you gotta suspend that there's a pan-galactic emergency on it, but soldiers need downtime,
And space is huge.
and space is huge. So, like, I don't even think this disrupts narrative flow at all.
I don't feel like it does. I've never felt like it did.
And I think that I don't want to go so far as Mass Effect 5 be a comedy game. But I don't want to do that. But it needs these sorts of bits in it, and it needs it as part of the base game.
I have said multiple times when it comes to a fifth Mass Effect that what they needed to do was what they did with Mass Effect 2, which is make it a smaller, tighter, less. The universe is at stake, and more. We have a specific goal, beginning, middle, end.
That's why I fall back on the Yogg have broken into space.
The Yogg had broken into space. Whatever they're going to do it with.
Yeah.
We have to. We've discovered that Shepard's consciousness is trapped in a Geth, whatever, and we're going to go save him. And we have a cloned body. Whatever you're going to do.
More fucking clones, really?
I mean, yeah.
So, and now we get the big setup on this, which is that we get to throw a party. We just got to hang out with all of our best friends. And that is, that's the neat little reward at the end of all this. And I've always appreciated it.
I do too. I appreciate the fact that this realized that it's more than just a video. Like, it's a story. It's an interactive story that's being told. And I get that everybody is like, well, my decision should blah 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 blah. But just go for the ride, guys.
Yep.
Just go for the ride. Enjoy the story.
And what a story it's been. Now, according to my schedule, we have 2, maybe 3 if I decide to split Earth into 2 parts videos left to go. We gotta take out Cerberus, and we've got to retake Earth.
Indeed.
So the Cerberus is going to continue right on schedule. Retake Earth, we have to decide how we're going to edit that together. So there might be a delay on that. It might not be available until the end of the year. So that's just how that's going to go, and that's more that's a me issue more than anything else. We've been down to the wire towards the end of this, so
yeah.
But I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. If you
all 10 of our fans, thanks, Mom.
If you liked what you saw, hit the like, the subscribe. Do be sure to go into YouTube settings and turn off restricted mode, so that way you see more content creators, because a lot of people are getting blocked because YouTube kind of forced that on people.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.